Hello and welcome to the CoachQuant.com YouTube channel. This is a YouTube channel where we'll be posting one video a day on one quant interview question, which we pulled directly from the CoachQuant.com website, which you can all go and check out. It has a whole list of quant problems divided by the firms that have asked them and sorted by difficulty and a number of other factors. And so we'll just be doing one for today, which is rated easy difficulty, and has been asked by Jane Street on bagels. So let's check it out. A bagel factory has a conveyor belt that delivers bagels continuously. Each bagel is either good, which is represented by G, or bad, represented by B. If a given bagel was G, the next bagel is also G with probability 2/5. If a given bagel was B, the next bagel is also B with probability 3/5. So let's write this down here. If a given bagel was G, the next bagel is also G with probability 2/5, and therefore the next bagel is bad or B with probability 3/5. And if we're given a bagel B, the probability of getting a B again is 3/5, and therefore the probability of getting G is 2/5. You wake up one day to find that the first bagel is a bad one. Find the expected number of bagels that pass until another bad bagel. So what the problem is saying is we start off on a bad bagel, and we want to find the expected number of bagels that that we pass through until we reach another bad bagel. So to write this down, we want to find the expected value of starting off on a bad bagel and ending up on another bad bagel. So what's the number of bagels that passes until that happens? So we want to find E of n, where n is the number of bagels that passes until B. Okay, so we want to find E of n, where the subscript B refers to the fact that we're starting off on a bad bagel. So this is just expected value, which means we need to consider all of the possible outcomes and their probabilities. So the first outcome is that right away we get a bad bagel. So there would be 3/5 probability of that occurring, and that would be one bagel that passes until we reach B, until our sequence terminates. But there's a possibility of that not happening. There's a possibility that we get right away a good bagel, and that, of course, has a 2/5 probability. And we want to multiply that by the expected value of getting another bad bagel, given that we start at G now. Because remember, now we've gone from B to G, and now we want to find the expected value of returning to B. So this is 2/5 times the expected value of getting getting B when we start out at G. And we also have to add 1 because we've already gone through one step, right? If we have a 2/5 probability of getting a good bagel, we've gone through one whole step to get to the good bagel, which is why we add 1. And then we have to add the expected value of getting a bad bagel B when we start out at G. So this is our equation. But the first thing we're going to notice is that the probabilities of going from B to G are the same as the probability of going G to G. And the probabilities of starting out from G to B is the same as the probability of going from B to B. And so that to us means that the expected values of getting a bad bagel when you start out at B is the same as the expected value of getting a bad bagel when we started at G. There's no difference, right? Because there's no difference in the probability of getting a good or bad bagel, no matter which type of bagel we start out from. And so we can plug this into our equation. So we can exchange EG for EB, and we have EB of n equals 3/5 plus 2/5 times EB of n plus 1. And so we can bring the EBs to the left-hand side of the equation, and we get 3/5 EB of n is equal to 3/5 plus 2/5, which equals 1. And so we can easily solve for the expected value of n, which is just 5/3. Just as a reminder, you can head to CoachQuant.com, where we have quant interview questions sorted by each of the firms: Jane Street, Citadel, Two Sigma, Goldman Sachs, and more. In this case, we had a problem with Jane Street, and you can just check out our hints and our solutions to help guide you through the problem. As you can see, we got 5/3, which is the correct result. And so we have many, many, many more questions, many, many more questions. So feel free to check us out. All of these questions, hints, and solutions are completely free. And thank you for watching this video.